where the bad pianos start to show. Keys all out of tune, just watch them go. Welcome to Adam and Joe talking nonsense on the Outside Scoop podcast show.
Welcome.
Come on in, sit down.
Make yourself comfy.
This is episode 9
9.
of the Outside Scoop.
The last of the single figures.
Oh,
Can you believe we got that far?
I can't believe it.
Can you believe that we committed ourselves to probably 8 hours of this we've done?
That is crazy. Crazy.
And we're not even finished talking.
No, so much so. We started off a 3 series.
Is it 3?
We've got one on investing, motorbikes
Fishings.
and fishing. 3 mini series within this.
It's
It is the last
almost
single
24, isn't it?
digits.
Boom, boom, boom,
We're
boom.
about to hit puberty.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't do that again.
Maybe even hit 20 subscribers.
Powerful.
Big numbers.
Big, powerful move.
Like, subscribe and share.
With all your friends.
And family.
Well, it's our family, so.
Yeah, hello. So I want to talk about the elections which happened last weekend.
Oh.
The local elections. And how that very much a warning shot to the Tories and perhaps an indication of what will be happening in the general election, which most of us hope will be later this year.
You would hope there was. We're for those that don't know, we are. I would say we're centre left. I would say that's where we reside.
Yeah.
Is centre left. That would be quite fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the writing's on the wall, isn't it?
The writing's on the wall. They lost some safe seats.
Yeah.
They lost a mayor. They didn't gain anything. They retained a few seats in these local elections. I find it's interesting the way they spin it, the Conservatives. Oh, Labour should have won by more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like. It's. I don't know, it's just. I feel like since the Brexit referendum,
Yeah.
I feel like the Tories have been trying to throw it. They've been trying to throw the elections. Like when we voted for Boris, I think there was a lot of protest voting in that. I got the sentiment that there was a lot of, you got us into this mess, you can get us out the other side of it.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I got. I mean, you've got the Corbyn thing as well, which a lot of people didn't like. But, yeah, I think the Boris thing, there was a lot of this, no, you started this mess, you can fix it.
I think there was a lot of that, and Labour's basically not saying which side they fell on when it came to the Brexit vote. He's so non-committal about it, people are just like, well, at least he's gonna, get it done. Not saying that the Labour Party should have offered a second referendum.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway if they'd have said it.
And we would have you can't just keep going voting until you get the result you want.
No.
But that's democracy.
People voted for exit.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
They may or may have not understood what they were voting for at the time.
I think a lot of people didn't know. They didn't know what they want, what the vote meant.
Yeah.
I still don't think we really know what it means.
No.
There's a lot of people who go...
I'll tell you what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean £350 million to the NHS every week. Like what the big red bus was saying.
No.
Or was it a day?
Yeah,
Whatever it was.
It doesn't mean all this money for the NHS. It doesn't mean people are going to try to stop coming to this country. It doesn't mean we get to tell the European Union what our tariffs are on imports or whatever. It means the complete opposite of all those things. I love the fact that so far, what Brexit has amounted to is a restriction of movement for people who I bet voted Brexit.
Yeah.
And we have to put not for the European market on all of our labels to protect the European market.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with our market. It's to protect the European market. It has to have not for EU written on it.
Yeah. And we still, if we want to trade with the EU, we still have to abide by their rules.
Yeah, so what's changed? All that's happened is it was made harder.
Yeah, everything's made harder, and certainly there's no economic statistic which points towards us being better off.
Well, if there was, you'd have thought the Brexiteers would be raving about it.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever gone, this is what's good about Brexit.
Yeah.
And then shown you something that actually is good. You can go, oh yeah, that's good.
And hey, in 5, 10 years' time, 15 years' time, 20 years' time, if the country's doing better,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh, that's a shame,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The ultimate thing that needs to happen is people need to flourish, don't they?
Yes, they do. And that's, I'll hold my hands up. I'll hold my hands up if we come up and say Brexit was actually good for the country.
Absolutely.
I'll be fine.
But at the moment, there's no evidence of that.
None.
None at all.
No evidence. You see all the stories, don't you? About people, companies that have gone, oh, hang on, I can't export anymore. Oh, hang on, I can't import anymore. Or I can, but it's too expensive. Oh, hang on, I can't do the business I wanted to do. To everyday people going on holiday to Malagoof. They can't, well, they can, but it's a 6-hour queue.
Yeah, because now you can't just go through the EU queue.
Yeah.
Go, yeah, I've got an EU passport, and you just wave it at the man, and he goes, yeah, whatever. You've now got to sit in the international travellers queue, haven't you?
Something like that.
So, just nonsense. Oh, even coming back to the country, you've got to do that as well.
Yeah. Can't even get into your own country.
You can't.
Shambles.
It's absurd.
But this isn't about Brexit. I think this is more about
It's general politics.
yeah, and how the Tory party have really done one on themselves, and their leadership is just I don't know. Do they? When I say leadership, I'm specifically talking about Rishi. Does he know how bad it is? He puts on a brave face for the media.
At the moment, it is Rishi Sunak going, everything's fine, honest, while the house is on fire.
And he keeps outlining his points about growing a stronger economy. Nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
Reducing whatever it was. The other one is stop the boats. I honestly don't think deep down that is an issue to anybody. Even the people that say it is an issue, I don't think they actually care about
Why is it an
boats.
issue? That's the thing. Why is it an issue? What makes it an issue? Apparently, I was listening to The Rest Is Politics, and apparently, like, immigration is a 0.1% issue. You know, it's the things that it does. It's so low down on the actual problems that it causes. It's just a non-issue to worry about.
Yeah.
What they should be doing is making it easier for these guys to get to the country so that we can deal with them. So that collectively, between us and the European Union, we can go, right, how do we help these people who have run away from their countries?
Yeah, and that's it. These people are running away in genuine fear.
Well, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, if you're running away from your country because you're under threat of death for some reason, there's a war or there's whatever, or you just don't want to be in your country anymore.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, let's see if we can find you a spot here.
Come on in. Let's support you.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get you into work.
Yeah.
And let's make this happen. Let's do this.
Yeah. Ignoring the fact that we need the extra population at the minute.
Yeah.
Because none of us are having kids. Well, you got 3, but the birth rate is down.
There's a few reasons. There's maintain a stable taxable population, which is key. Like, we need to bring people in, they instantly become pound coins to the exchequer.
If you don't have people, you can't tax them. Yeah.
So you're taxing them. They're net benefit to the company, to the country.
Well, it is a company.
It is a company. Yeah. And you're bringing in workforce. We've got huge recruitment problems across the board in every sector, which is why we've seen wages increase. Not only just to help with the cost of living,
massively increase,
but it's just so that you could attract talent. And we need these people coming into the country, I believe, and I believe it is good for the country. And people, the usual argument here, oh, well, they're taking our jobs. Have you got a job, mate? Yeah, I have. Have they taken your job?
Yeah,
No.
they're not taking the jobs that you want to do either.
Yeah.
They're not. I don't think it's a thing anymore, but I do remember the days when there's a lot of blokes standing outside Wickes's waiting for a day's work.
Yeah.
They're standing, especially in London, a lot of that. They're all immigrants. They speak a little English, but not a lot. And we've all done it in the building trade where, I need a couple of blokes today to clear a pile of mud.
Yeah.
To strip wallpaper off of these walls in a house. They always got paid well.
Yeah.
There was no, you're not paying them rubbish money.
Yeah.
But you take them on, you give them 50, 60 quid a day.
Yeah.
And we do 6 hours work.
Yeah.
This was 10 years ago, mind.
Yeah.
And we go and do, 6 hours work stripping wallpaper or moving mud or something. And you're not going to find anyone else to do that.
And they've got a great work ethic.
Yeah.
Just the way they've been brought up in the culture. There's no idleness. They don't expect anything to be given to them. They want to work. They want to earn the money. They want to pull themselves up on by their own bootstraps. And if you create, I think, and these are just opinions of ours. We've not done any real research into these things.
No,
but this is how we think, and our opinions are that if you give these immigrants the support they need, then they will.
If you give anyone the support they need,
they'll go get a job.
They'll go to work and they'll make something of themselves.
Yeah, they'll get their house. They'll pay the council tax. They'll pay their rent. They'll get a mortgage. They'll pay income tax. They'll put into a pension. They'll contribute to society.
Yeah.
And do that. And go, oh yeah, what about the criminals? Sometimes they have no choice.
Yeah.
They've come here. We've not given them the support they need.
Exactly.
And crime pays.
Crime
unfortunately.
Pays. Yeah, it does. It does. And for anyone who goes, the immigrants, they're all thieves, and well, how often do you really see immigrants as the criminal? It's not that often.
No.
Most of the time, it's a mid-20s, mid-30s white dude.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's who you're looking at most of the time.
Yeah. So I think
so
the whole stop the boats thing.
Nonsense.
Come off it, mate. And if we think about the people which are doing it, they are the daughters and sons of immigrants themselves.
Rishi Sunak and Suella Braverman are
they're first generation Brits.
Sons and daughters of immigrants. They are, and you just you need to look at your own. I mean, it's not to say that we are two white dudes, but we are of foreign descent.
Yeah, you go back a few generations.
3 for me, I think.
Yeah, my grandfather is from Tonga.
Tongan.
And
Tonga of all places.
Yeah, of all places.
Of all places. How did he get here? That's what I want to know. Those
fought
star
his way
maps they
over.
have with sticks are really good to get here, aren't they, from the Pacific?
He fought his way over.
Isn't he?
But and you just you can look at a lot of people, just look at their own backgrounds and go, well, your grandfather was
where did you come from?
Polish or French or German or Tongan or
exactly.
Or your mum was Indian and your father was Italian or
yeah.
It's everywhere.
Look at where you're from.
How dare you stand there and say you're not allowed in this country?
Yeah. There is no ethnic Brit. There's no ethnic anything.
No.
We're all just people on a lump of mud floating through space. Oh, there's the phone again.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be interesting when we do have the general election. I think it's very clear that Labour are going to be in power.
Oh, they'd really have to muck it up now, wouldn't they?
I think what's going to be interesting is by how much, how many seats are the Tories going to lose, and what kind of opposition government is there going to be?
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's going to be the minority government?
Yeah, we
there might not be one.
There might not be one. It could be a coalition minority. It could be a coalition minority.
It could be. I mean, I presume that may have happened in the past. I don't know. But
I don't know.
It feels like an interesting place to go.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
And what's the Labour Party going to bring to the table? They've suffered a little bit with this Gaza kind of Palestine thing going on.
I think...
But I also think it's not Labour's problem at the moment.
It's not Labour's problem. I also get the impression, and I think we've spoken about this before, that it's almost as if Keir Starmer's approach at the moment is to say nothing.
Yeah.
It's not his problem to deal with, and at the moment he can't do anything about it. So saying anything doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's just words.
Yeah.
And by not saying anything, it gives... It reduces any ammunition that the opponents have to fire.
Yeah.
And it also keeps his playbook open for when they do get into power.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It makes sense.
You know, when they get into power, people won't go, you said you was going to do this, but now you're doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that may be a lesson learned from the Lib Dems.
I think we'll see that in when the G's announced. Then we start seeing the campaign. We start seeing the manifestos coming through, and then we'll see what the cut of his jib really is.
When does Rishi Sunak have to announce a general election?
I think it has to be by January or February next year.
Oh, so we've still got nearly a year of this year.
But then there's tactical ways in which you call these elections.
He's not going to say it. He's not going to announce it until the last second he has to.
He's going to do it when there's least damage to the Conservative Party.
Yeah.
However that may be. The local elections were any good for him, and I think if the local elections maybe were a bit stronger for him, then maybe he might have announced the general election then.
Yeah, I will do a It's the thing is for him. This is just me reasoning out loud.
Yeah.
The thing is, for a government, is if you announce a general election, you win. You've won, haven't you? So you're back in. So at the moment, I think it is that we're not announcing a general election because we're going to lose.
Yeah.
So we need to hold on for as long as we can.
Yeah.
We need to just to the last day even.
And this whole photo ID thing.
For voting?
Yeah.
Did you hear Boris got turned away?
That's what was my point was going to
Oh,
be.
was it? Sorry.
Yeah. He got turned away because...
I thought that was brilliant.
It's like,
and he was quite gracious in it as well. He was like, yeah, I forgot my ID. Boris is a fool. He's an idiot of a man. But there are certain things that I think are admirable's wrong.
Endearing?
Yeah, I think maybe endearing. Like, he's a buffoon, isn't he? He's a buffoon. Somehow, he's a buffoon that got into power.
I don't think he is a buffoon, though.
No, you think he's drunken boxing?
I think, yeah. I think
Really?
it's all in that. Because it's real... It all go. Yeah, it starts with his name, Boris.
Well, yeah, his name's not Boris, is it? It's Alexander.
Yeah. But Boris is more approachable to the common man.
You know what's interesting about Alexander and Boris? They're both Russian names.
Russia.
That's another story altogether.
He's not going to change his name again now, is he? But I think there's a documentary on Channel 4, I think it was, which spoke about Boris Johnson, Michael Gove, and somebody else, but they all went to college together, university.
Yeah, they all came to Eton, didn't they?
Yeah, they all came up through together. And just how much thought and planning has actually gone into all of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They've been planning it for years.
Yeah.
Planning it since the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I think he's an intelligent bloke, and he knows what he's doing. He knows how to go about getting what he wants, and he knew not to stand up for election or leadership when Cameron stepped down.
Yeah.
Because we had the Brexit vote.
Cameron stepped down.
Everybody looked to Boris because he was the face of Brexit.
Yeah. And he disappeared. He just disappeared for another year, didn't he?
He knew that wasn't his time.
Yeah, and Theresa May took it, didn't she?
She took that.
I think in another time, I think she could have been quite a good Prime Minister.
What I love about her is that she just went back to being an MP.
She is a politician.
Yeah.
She's not anything else. She's not trying to be a celebrity. She's not trying to be the face of something. I don't even think she's trying to make that much money. I think she's just honest is a strong word.
Strong word to use in these...
For a politician.
Yeah.
But I think she's just a politician.
Yeah.
You know, she, like you say, she was Prime Minister, then stepped down, but carried on being an MP for a local area.
Yeah.
Didn't she?
She did.
Admirable.
Admirable. What I'd like to see Labour do is something about dentists.
The NHS generally, I don't think the NHS needs... The NHS may need more money. Everything always needs more money.
Yeah.
I think a particular problem with the NHS might be organisation. I think the organisation of the NHS may be... I get the impression it might be top heavy. There's a lot of management, but not a lot of people to manage. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Never had anything to do with it. It's
Yeah.
just the impression I get. But you're right about dentists.
Yeah.
Dentists.
We pay for healthcare through
Yeah.
our taxes and national insurance and whatever.
Yeah.
Can you get an NHS dentist?
Not in Cumbria, you
Can't get one. And we've touched on this before.
Did we?
Yeah,
a
we've
couple of
touched on this.
episodes ago.
We touched on this before and how much it costs to go see a dentist.
It's a lot of money.
And it angers me that you can't get one. Fortunately, we can not afford it, but we can scrape together the money we need.
We can get it together.
If we need to go see a dentist, we'll try and make it happen. If we need to get that filling or that whatever it is, no, we haven't got the grand to do it now, but we'll do our best to try and get that money together.
Right. This week we're going to have the clean. Next week we're going to have the.
But if you're destitute, poor, benefits, low income,
There's no dentist for you here.
and it's like, what are these guys supposed to do? You can brush your teeth all you want, but you know,
If you need a filling, you need a filling.
you need filling. If you got an infection, or if you got, these are our mouths.
Yeah.
They're damp, wet places
Damp, wet places that are having horrible things put in them all the time.
all the time, and it's just. I find it shocking that you can't go to a dentist
It
without
should
paying
be-
£100.
Yeah, you should be able to just, especially if it's like urgent care. This hurts. I
Yeah.
need to get to a dentist. You should just be able to go to a dentist. But saying that, even private, you can have problems. I had all mine done privately and had an infection turn. Well, it was already an infection in there,
Yeah,
and I rang them up and went, "This is hurting. This is bloody and oozing and all these nasty things." And yeah, no problem. Be at the dentist by 2:30, and I was 5 minutes late. No, I can't see you now.
yeah,
Right, okay. Well, what do I do about the open wound that's full of infection in my mouth? Well, I don't know, says the woman on the desk. Right, okay. Well, can I see a dentist just to have a quick look and tell me it's okay, so that I don't, stress out about this till the 4 or 5 days time that you have got an appointment?
yeah,
No. All right then. That's the end of that then.
yeah,
When I rang up, is it 111 or 101 or
yeah,
the NHS helpline, and they it still took them an hour to get back to me,
yeah,
but at least a dentist rang me up
yeah,
and she asked me what was going on, and she couldn't believe that they'd just turned me around, like even private.
yeah,
I said to her, I've had all this done privately. I just want some advice to what do I need to do? Wash it out? Do I leave it? Do I take some tablets? What? And and she was like, that's shocking what's going on there. And she just told me to rinse it out and you should be alright to your appointment. But
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
yeah. It is ridiculous. And I'd just like to see something change about that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'd like to see change. I'd like to see. There's lots of things I'd like to see change. I don't mind the taxes. They are what they are. The country's got bills. Unfortunately, they're big bills.
You've got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
I think the tax rates are okay at the minute. Really, I don't think they. I think they're fine. You know.
They are what they are.
They are what they are. Yeah, we all want to pay less.
Yeah,
But if you pay less, you get less back.
yeah. And we're getting nothing at the
And
moment.
we're not getting anything at the minute. So
Not
yeah.
saying to increase taxes. Don't increase taxes, but
no.
let's see
But what we were saying this the other day, weren't we?
more careful spending.
What do central government pay for?
Yeah.
We look around ourselves and we can't see anything. Nothing tangible that central government pays for.
What do they pay for?
I don't know where the money goes. I don't know where it goes. I don't know where it goes where it's effective.
Hundreds of millions of pounds an hour is being spent.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
But where? There's nothing that I can say within 10 miles.
Yeah. And
I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love somebody to go, well, they're doing this.
the Conservative Party, I don't think, someone will tell me if I'm wrong, since they came into power 10, 11 years ago, I don't think they've had a single successful delivery of national infrastructure.
No.
They cancelled HS2.
Yeah.
We could talk about Hinkley Point C or whatever it is, but that's all French money.
Yeah.
There might be a billion.
Crossrail was completed.
Yeah.
But, my God, that was so poorly managed.
Right.
So poor. The amount of backhanders, I know of people who were involved with that. And there's a lot of middle management that made a lot of money out of backhanders on that job. Absurd amounts of money. Yeah. And that's, you delay a job, you need more money to fix it, didn't you?
Yep.
And once you've dug a great big hole under central London, they're not going to not finish it, are they?
But yeah, we've had no big roads, no big bridges, no new towns, no government-backed spending like housing. And built a load of estates.
It's all private housing, which is why we now have this leasehold debacle.
Yeah,
don't we? It's madness. You go buy a leasehold flat, you own 20% sometimes of the property, but are liable for 100% of the upkeep of your share.
Oh, the not leasehold.
Yes,
help to buy kind of scheme.
Well, yeah, but it's a lease. You're a leasehold. No, not help to buy. Help to buy is the money to get there. But if you a shared ownership leaseholder, shared
ownership. Yeah, shared ownership. That's the word.
But even if you're not just shared ownership, even if you are a leaseholder within a block, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Because of the Conservative legislation, you're responsible for 100% of the problem of your share. Yeah, which is too much money. Mm-hmm. It's too much money. It's all bent. It's all really bent. Yeah. Mm.
And we can see that. You saw it with COVID. See it with...
That was madness.
Just the spending. The spending and what it goes on, and we don't see any of that. And a lot of people are disenfranchised from this kind of whole setup that we have.
Yeah. I mean, even things like small business support isn't really there anymore, is it?
No.
Is there anything? I don't think there is.
Don't know what there is.
I think they're trying to throw it. I think they're just trying to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let Labour take over for another 10, 15 years, and then they'll come back swinging again.
But will they?
Everything's cyclical, isn't it?
Will they ever come back into power is the question being asked.
Yeah, they will.
They're going to lose so many seats, and that's going to leave space for other parties to come through.
Yeah, but it will also...
Will it change the face of politics?
Well, I mean, I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah. Will we still be a two-party system in another 4 or 5 years?
Maybe we'll have another GE. Right wing, and we'll end up with like Reform as the opposition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
apparently are not technically... They're a party, but they're not set up as a party. They're not set up as a political party.
I've not looked into it.
They're set up as a business, apparently.
Are they?
So they don't have to disclose anything for parliamentary regulations.
Oh, there we go. Money.
Which is... yeah, money again.
Money. It's all about money, isn't it?
It's all about how you can hide your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll on the general election.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Should be, I think, obvious.
Obvious.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Right then. That's the end of episode 9. Thanks for listening.
9.
Oh dear.
Central left. Central
left. Remember that. Right. Thanks. Ta-da.
Bye-bye.
Where the bad pianos start to show, keys all out of tune, just watch them go. Welcome to Adam and Joe talking nonsense on the Outside Scoop podcast show.